Hi everyone, Greeno here and welcome to another video here on Greeno Eats. Now today I am out and about, and when I say out and about I mean out and about. As you can see where I am, it is a glorious sunny day, but I'm not in Dorset, I'm not even in England. Where am I? I'm only in the beautiful city of Vienna. Look at that. So that is the Belvedere Palace, one of the major tourist attractions here in Vienna. Beautiful pool kind of thing in the front of it here. And they've got nice free gardens to walk around. But let's be honest, we're not here for the tourist attractions. We're here to find something good to eat, aren't we? So let's go and see what I can find. It's been a pretty long travel day to get here so far. I had to get up at 3 a.m. this morning so I could drive the 3 hours up to Stansted Airport, get on a Ryanair flight into Vienna, and hopped on a little train in Vienna station right into the middle of Vienna. I'm here about 1:30 local time now. It's been a long day already, let me tell you that for nothing. But like I said, we're going to go and find something good to eat, and a bit later on Austria are playing France in the Euros, so I'm going to be heading down to a fan park and watching the game there. So with a bit of luck I'll be able to bring you some footage from that too. Anyway, lunchtime, come on. Right, I've walked just over a mile from the train station. It's absolutely boiling it. It's about 28 degrees today, I think. Going to get hotter as the week goes on as I travel around Europe. So it's going to be a bit of a tester for this pale little Englishman. But the first place I want to stop off is here, right behind me. Now this is a place called the 1516 Brewing Company. As I understand it, it's a little microbrewery here in Vienna. Do their own beers and serve a cracking Wiener Schnitzel. If you're in Vienna, you've got to have a Wiener Schnitzel, haven't you? So I'm hoping they're going to allow me to film inside, because I've not asked them. We'll see how we go. But yeah, hopefully it won't be a problem. We can get inside and get a lovely big Schnitzel in us. Let's go take a look. Okay, so I checked with the staff here and they are happy for me to film. Good thing about this place is there's an inside and an outside eating area. And the outside eating area currently, with the position of the sun, is in the shade, which is really welcome right now. The inside, it's a little bit dark in there for filming, so I've decided to sit outside, but I'm glad it's not in the blazing sunshine. Anyway, I'm looking forward to having a nice beer and something to eat. Why don't we take a look at the menu together? So it's a really extensive menu of stuff they've got here. Some local specialities, some Italian stuff in there. There's some steaks also. We've got bar snacks over here, soups. A little section devoted just to sausages, sandwiches and burgers, salads. Salad's quite tempting on a hot day like today, but that's not what I'm here for. We come over to the 1516 classics here, and the second item down, Wiener Schnitzel. That's what we're after. Breaded pan-fried pork served with Viennese potato salad. That's £14.90 or €14.90 even. What's that, probably about £13, something like that. And to go with that, we've got a selection of beers here. I've decided to go for the Weiss beer. 1516 Weisse. So as I alluded to earlier on, this is the first part of a bit of a mini Central European tour I'm on. So I've flown out to Vienna this morning. I'm going to be spending the night here tonight. going to watch that Austria versus France game in the fan park. Tomorrow morning I'm heading down to Hungary to a town called Győr, where I'm going to spend a couple of nights, go and see some Hungarian specialities plus one or two other little bits and bobs, and watch the Germany against Hungary game, hopefully in a bar or a fan park down there. And then later in the week I'm heading off to Bratislava, where I'm going to spend a couple of nights too. Again, try and catch the Slovakia game on Friday afternoon in a bar or a fan park, and have a little look around the city there and get something to eat too. Right, so my Weiss beer has arrived. Have a look at this cool little branded glass here for their little pub here. Very, very nice. It does smell good. Let's have a little try. Oh, that's nice. Quite fruity. Really smooth flavour to it. Almost a little bit creamy, if you like. Like I say, because it's fruity, it's quite refreshing as a beer on a day like today. There might be more than one of these drunk this afternoon. We'll see. It's now just after 2:30 in the afternoon. So enjoying this beer while we're waiting for the Schnitzel to come. Now this place, even though we're on a Monday lunchtime that I'm filming this, and it's about 2:30 in the afternoon, it's pretty busy. I reckon probably about 2/3 of the tables outside are being used, and some of the ones inside. Obviously it's a little bit cooler inside there today than it is out here. It must be a really popular place, and it's a real kind of mixture of ages here too. I'm not the oldest person here, and I'm by no means the youngest, that's for sure. So it's a nice mix of people, and yeah, all enjoying some food and a nice beer in the nice warm sunny weather. What's not to like? My food has arrived, and doesn't it look good? We have the Wiener Schnitzel here, so big it needs its own plate. Here we have the Viennese potato salad, and I also ordered a Krautsalat as well, so it's kind of like a sauerkrauty thing, a bit of a cabbagey salad. Should be a nice little combination with this. Obviously, because this is a fried pork dish, you need something that kind of cuts through it a little bit. So I'm hoping that this Krautsalat is going to do that. Take a closer look before I tuck in. Right, I'm really looking forward to this. Look at this schnitzel. This is just one piece of it, look. It's as big as my face. That's incredible. And there's another piece there, a bit of lemon to squeeze on there as well. What I'm going to start with though is this Krautsalat. So there's some seeds in there, I'm not quite sure what they are. Maybe cumin seeds or caraway seeds or something like that. Very nicely kind of shredded up lettuce, cabbage, kind of like coleslaw style. Now that surprised me. It's actually warm, not hot, just warm. But by goodness, it's tasty. It is vinegary, and it's not been cooked in such a way as to kind of cook the cabbage, but it has taken some of the edge off the rawness of it. Still has a crunch. That's really tasty. Highly recommend that. Let's move on to this Viennese potato salad. Now I don't know whether this is going to be hot or cold. We'll see. Okay, so this one is cold. This lunch is full of surprises, isn't it? So it's slices, as you can see here, of boiled potato in a dressing. There's some kind of pickled pink onion with it, which is nice. Covered in chives. I don't really know what the dressing at the bottom is. Tastes a little buttery. Again, with a milder hint of vinegar than we get from the Krautsalat. Well, this is really nice. And I don't mind it being cold. On a hot day like this, it's actually quite nice to have a cold salady element to it. I was offered the chance to swap this for a portion of fries. Never going to do that. If you're in Vienna, you've got to eat what the locals eat, haven't you? That's really tasty. Potato. It's a waxy potato that's been boiled quite thoroughly, but because it's waxy, it still maintains its kind of texture. I mean, there's little bits of onion, little bits of chive on there to give a little pop of flavour. That is a very nice accompaniment. Right, star of the show time, the Schnitzel. I mean, this is the second piece. This is the smaller of the two. That's just bonkers, isn't it? I can't even put the sides on the same plate. So we're going to squeeze a little bit of lemon on the top here. Oh, we've got a pip escaped there into the Schnitzel, so we'll have to get that out before I chomp down on it. Well, let's cut a piece off now. Obviously, what a Schnitzel is, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm sure you all do. This is a piece of pork, like a pork steak, that is bashed out really thin. So obviously you get a much bigger surface area, but it's a very thin slice of meat inside, as you can see. And it's coated in breadcrumbs and fried. So it's crispy, crunchy. There's a lovely fried flavour, but you've got that texture and flavour of pork in there as well. That is quite a nicely made schnitzel, in fairness. The breadcrumbs on the outside have a nice crisp without being too crispy. The pork inside has a nice flavour. Possibly could do with a touch more seasoning, but I'll add some of that myself in a second. But it is lovely. And let's not forget, you've got this lovely white beer, or wheat beer, to wash it down with. Delicious. So time to try a couple of combinations here now. See how the schnitzel works with everything else. So we've got a nice piece of schnitzel cut off there. Let's get a bit of this Krautsalat. And we'll have that with the schnitzel. Here we go. That is a nice combination. As I said, the kind of vinegariness of that salad does cut through. Not fattiness, because it's not oily at all, this schnitzel, but anything that's kind of deep fried like that is a little rich, isn't it? So the sharpness of the vinegar in here. Just cuts through that. And the two flavours marry together beautifully. Let's try a piece of this with the potato salad now. So we're going to get some of the potato, a little bit of the onion, and I'm going to dip the whole lot into the dressing that's in the bottom of the bowl. There we go. Get that bit of onion on the top. Have a look at that for a forkful. In it goes. Again, that's great. I say, I really don't know what's in this dressing. I'm going to have to look it up, I think. But it's got a lovely kind of flavour. And it's almost thickened a little bit because of the cooked potato in there. Little bits of it kind of breaking off into that dressing and thickening it up. Apologies, there's a great big lorry going past where I am right now, so you can probably Probably hear that on the mic. But again, as a combination, those two together works really nicely. Let's try all of it, shall we? Why not? So, I've got the potato on there, I've got a bit of onion, I've got the cabbage salad too. That does work all together. Really good. I was determined coming to Vienna, even though I'm only here for not even 24 hours, I don't think, that I was going to get a Wiener Schnitzel, and I think I've picked a good place to come and get one. Really good portion. Like I say, the meal itself is going to come in at about 18, 19 euros, so what's that, 16 quid, something like that. Bear in mind, I am right in the centre of Vienna here. You can't get much more central than where I am right now. So if you were to get something like this in London, somewhere central like this, I imagine you'd be paying a lot more money than I am here. Greeno is a happy boy. Have a look at what I mean about this dressing at the bottom of the potatoes. So you can see there's quite a lot of liquid in there. I have no idea what it is, how they've made it, but it's blooming delicious, and it's great to dip that schnitzel in. And as you can see, it's sort of thickening up a little bit as the potato starts to break down, like it is here on the fork. Little bits of it kind of mush into that dressing, thicken it up a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Right, I'm as full as an egg now. The sides have beaten me, but there was no way I was going to let a single morsel of that Wiener Schnitzel go to waste. That was great. I have found out actually what's the deal with this this sauce with the potatoes. The reason it has a little bit of liquid in there is actually it's chicken stock or chicken broth. So they use that as part of the dressing, along with the vinegar, along with some oil, just to give a bit more flavour, I guess, and also a little bit of wetness to the dish, so it's not just a thing of dry potatoes. Really clever idea. I like it a lot. The cabbage salad too, good. Surprisingly, it was warm. I expected it just to be some shredded cabbage with a dressing on, but no, nice little warm side dish. Not completely cooked cabbage though, so it still had a little bit of texture. Really nice. Star of the show though, without a doubt, the Wiener Schnitzel. 2 enormous pieces and really tasty. That's why I've eaten the lot. It's a really hot day. I didn't know how much of an appetite I was going to have, because you know what it's like when it's really hot, you don't really want to eat too much, do you? But once I started on that schnitzel, I couldn't stop. I mean, that's going to be it for me eating wise for the day. So we're only got in mid-afternoon, but there won't be any dinner later on, that's for sure. That is more than enough for me to keep me going. But yeah, the 1516 Brewing Company here in Vienna. If you're ever about here, it's well worth a visit. All the beers they have here are actually made in-house on the premises, which is great. It's a little microbrewery. Really interesting different beers and whatever they have on there. There are some staples they have, and then they rotate seasonal beers as well. What's not to like about that? Let's say I've been enjoying this Weiss beer. There might just be time for another one before I sneak off. So we got the bill here now. It was €21.90 including the beer. I think that's pretty good value. What's that, about 18, 19 pounds, something like that? I don't think you can grumble at that. I did leave a tip, €3.10, made it up to €25. The service here was really good. A bunch of young girls buzzing around, making sure everyone has got everything they need. I had like 3 different people come and check up on me. Really, really good. More than happy to leave a tip for them, and I think €25 is more than fair for the lunch I've had. Really good. If you've enjoyed this review of my lunch at the 1516 Brewing Company here in Vienna, why not consider clicking a thumbs up on there for me? It does help with the channel. And if you're new around here and you like what you've seen, why not consider clicking the subscribe button, ding your little bell for notifications, and that way you won't miss anything that comes up on the channel. Okay, finish me beer, maybe get another one, and then some mooch to the hotel. Hopefully we're going to have a nice evening here in Vienna too. If we do, I'll bring you a bit of footage of that too. Bye for now.